what I've done is bought one of these babies. Now, I've never used a alcohol or gel stove before, so I thought I'd give it a try. So I bought the Trangia Micro. Now let's have a look at it. So it comes with a little pot and a handle on it, the lid, the windshield, which really isn't, and I'll show you about that later. It's also the mount for the pot. Inside you've got and a lid for that. So what happens is you squirt a bit of gel fuel. I've got this Fire Dragon gel fuel. This is a whole litre for £6. We'll get onto that in a minute. £6 British. Right, so what happens is you squirt a bit of gel in there and you put your pot on, put your water on. It's marked in increments on the inside here, up to 0.5 litre. So you put your gel in there, light it up, put your pot on and your lid. So I'm also going to show you my first test with it, which I did earlier. The shield that comes with it, which is the pot mount, isn't very good. So what I did was I bought an Alpkit concertina, it's called. So that extends like that, and it's got stakes on it to obviously that way up, stakes it into the ground, stop it blowing over. Right, I'll show you that later. So I've got a little squeezy bottle here and I put 100 mils of gel fuel in there. I squirted a third of that out, less than a third, and it lasted for a good 8 minutes. The pot boiled 250 mils of water in about 4 minutes outside. So I've also got, I always take with me a ferrite rod in case any of my lighters don't work, and a Soto butane lighter. Very good. I tested it in freezing weather and a blustery wind, and it desperately needs a shield such as the Alpkit one. And I also blew on it to see if I could blow it out. I couldn't, which is good if you're on a windy mountain. The other thing is that about the gel fuel, it will burn and light if it's raining and if it's wet. So I'll just show you the couple of tests that I did outside, and of course watch this space, and I'm going to do a test up on a mountain somewhere in the outdoors, and that'll be a real test of it. So one other thing, of course it says the fuel doesn't mark your pots, but it does. I'm not too bothered about that. Now, one thing you have to watch on this Trangia Micro, it's not very well thought out, I don't think, because the plastic handle cover, if you have it out like that, it just gets burned by the flames, even if you've got a shield on. So what you can do is bend it up like that, and just that keeps it out of the way of the flames. But what I've tried and tested is, instead of having the standard Trangia cup, I've used a Soto River pot. This is quite a bit more capacity. It's wider on the base, and also it sits nicer. Trangia stand. Okay, so let's have a look at the outdoor test. In the first test, when it was windy and below freezing, it took, I think it was 6 or 8, I think it took 8 minutes to boil 250 mils, that Trangia. To be fair, I then put a shield on it, and it did it in 4. You could improve upon that if you set the shield up better. So it's a lot slower than the Soto Windmaster, but it's also tech-free, which means it won't fail on you. That's interesting. It's very difficult to blow out. Well, so that's a boil. The boil took 5 minutes, but I wasn't being scientific with how much gel fuel I put in. I probably didn't put much gel fuel in there. But did all right. You know, I'm not too bothered. One thing, when you're on the mountain at night in the winter, you've got loads of time. I've done 3 burns to boil level, and it's only used 50 mil. So it seems economical on the fuel, even if it's slower. So I've filled the burner quite high, probably about 1 centimetre deep with fuel, and it's just running out after 7 minutes. So that